Hi everyone. I know these video quality, these videos aren't of the best quality, but they're the best way that I can get this information out to you nice and quickly and succinctly, and most sort of easily for me as well, to be honest, because I'm still trying to manage a caseload and keep everything afloat amidst everything that's happening. So this is the best medium for me. If you have any constructive feedback, I would be very, very welcoming of that. But if it's like, I don't know, something like, oh, you can do these cool effects, probably not going to do that. But yeah, any sort of information would be quite helpful in terms of feedback and how you can better access it. But I think I'm best utilised in this world as a speech therapist, so I'm going to stick to that, and I won't be a film producer. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of give you the heads up that I'm completely aware of the quality of these videos, but the content's what means more to me than anything, so that's what I'm delivering to you. So this video is about semantics. Semantics is a word that quite commonly gets passed around, but no one really knows what it means, or a lot of the time people have been like, oh, I don't actually know what that refers to. So semantics is kind of our word meaning. It's like our dictionary, our library. It's the way that we attribute meaning to a word. So, for example, if we said, again, the word cat from our last articulation video, it'll conjure up images of, we might physically see a cat. Word association might be whiskers and paws and string and purr and all of these things that we attribute to just that incoming message of the word cat. Some of our little ones might have difficulty within that, their semantic representations of a word, which can obviously impact on comprehension, can impact on the use of vocabulary. If we're not linking meaning to words, then it's just sound. We have less of a desire to communicate them. You might be telling your little one, oh, he just doesn't listen to me when I say, go and put your duvet in the cupboard. And he hasn't got any of that sort of semantic meaning attributed to the word duvet, or that was a really poor English example, but I hope that makes sense. Word meaning and understanding of word relationships is really important in our ability to both understand spoken language and then produce it. So some semantic ideas for around the house. I'm literally trying to think of things for these video series that you guys all have access to. So you'll notice I haven't gone crazy, like you need to purchase this app. Play-based therapy is the most evidence-based and supportive in most areas of language development. So that's where I'm going to kind of come at, and I'm trying to think of things that I know that I personally have in my house and all of my mama friends have in their houses. So everyone has a pillowcase. I want you to get a pillowcase and chuck random stuff in it from around the house. You might put a sock, you might put an apple, you might put, looking at things around my house, a book, a photo frame, a vase that's not breakable. So try and think about a variety of textures, so because your little one's going to feel them, things that you know are safe, obviously. So use common sense here, but just a variety of things that you can chuck in there. And then what you're going to do is you can model for the little one. So you might go into the bag and, okay, I've got my hand on something now. It's red, it's juicy, we pick it from a tree and we eat it. What do you think it is? So I haven't at all used the label apple. I've given them only the semantic meaning around that. But you can assume that I've got an apple in my hand. And you can do this with siblings as well. So, all right, it's James's turn to have a go. All right, kids, guess what one he's got. And they have to use as much descriptive language as they can without saying the word to try and get the person to guess what it is. So we call this game the Feely Bag. I'll write it up in the notes below. But the Feely Bag game is a really lovely one, and I can do a link to different cues that you could use. So just off the top of my head, colour, we can describe, texture, function, what we do with it. Is it something that we eat? Is it something that we play with? Where do we find it? Does it make a noise? Can we eat it? What group does it belong to? So it's a fruit that, fruit that is red, you've given a colour and a category clue. So those sort of things, when you can think about the different nature of the clues that we can give, it's actually quite diverse. So that's a really lovely game for semantics. Another one is one of my favourite games to play with kiddos, because not only does it boost semantic knowledge, and I put it in this video because it more closely fit with this, but it also helps hugely with comprehension, hugely with expressive language and making sure that our sentences are coming out clearly. But in terms of descriptive detail, it's a really lovely one, and that's barrier games. So you may have heard of these before. If you come to clinic, you've 100% seen me do them. But a barrier game is where there's a physical barrier between you and the child where they can't see what you're doing or what you're working on. So Melissa and Doug, again, all linked below, do reusable sticker charts. I would 100% recommend these if you're able to get them. I think they are available online. I would order 2, and I would have an identical one for your child and an identical one for you set up by a barrier. And this might be a picture scene like a circus, and you would say, put the boy under the lion, and you'd stick it under the lion. And they've only got that auditory clue to help them. So they've all of a sudden had to, understand the word under, notice the boy over the girl, pick the lion over the elephant. Like, it's relying on a lot of that world knowledge and word meaning for them to actually follow that instruction. And then, okay, your turn. You tell mummy, you tell daddy, you tell nana where you need to put this, where we need to put this one. So you're both doing the steps. You're taking turns being the provider of information and the receiver of information, or the talker and the listener. And then at the end of it, you hold up your picture and it's the same. If you don't have access to that, you can do it with a pen and paper. So I'm going to model it for you. So I want you to draw a flower in the middle of your page. Can you write your name underneath it? I want you to draw 3 worms in the right-hand bottom corner, obviously depending on level of understanding. I want you to draw a sun at the top in the middle of the page. And you compare at the end so you can see they're very terribly done on the fly. But you can see how easy it would be. You can theme this. We've obviously got Easter coming up. There's some really beautiful resources online. You can print these off if you can just find a template, like literally find a picture of a Easter scene. And then can you draw an Easter egg under the bunny's foot? Can you draw the sun in the sky above the bunny's ears? Whatever is going to work for you and that you think will motivate your little one. The last activity is kind of like a treasure hunt around the house that you could do. So giving your child, again, thinking back to those semantic meaning things that I gave you for the feely bag, so the texture, the colour, all the different ways of describing something, you're going to use that as your only clue for what they have to find around the house. So clear out your dining table and you're going to send them on a treasure hunt. I want you to find something big. I want you to find something shiny. I want you to find something that we play with. I want you to find something that makes a loud noise. So using that just semantic feature, so that just that aspect of description around that item, the child then has to run off, find that item, bring it back. So really 3 simple ideas. So the barrier game, the feely bag, and the scavenger sort of treasure hunt around the house are 3 ideas that you can still encourage that word meaning and word association around the house to try and boost them up a little bit. If you're thinking about, challenging them a little bit, if they're finding this all too easy, try and think of some unfamiliar vocabulary. So like my duvet example before, ones that they might be less familiar with. So give your child maybe something that, like you could put an item in the feely bag that, like a whisk or something that they might have seen but don't know the word meaning. They don't really know what it's, they don't know the word form, so the actual word that it is. They don't know why we use it, what it's made out of, where we keep it, all of those sorts of things. And you can do a lot of language learning around that. So happy playing. Again, let me know in the comments below or via email if you have any questions at all. And enjoy.